We are group 4 and we are the first group that have to present today. And chapter 13, the topic that we have to present is about the there are 4 members in our group. The topic that we have to present is about Christian church in medieval Europe, and I will intro a little bit. The Christian church was the dominant religion and powerful institution that influenced all aspects of life, providing spiritual guidance, social order, and unified cultural identity in a fragmented political landscape. The Christian church in medieval Europe. The church wasn't just about religion, it helped run society. Like you will get more friend or in church, and the church was the most powerful institution of that time. And the church also a place of safety and leadership. People Mostly of the people went to the church for safety, like during their dangerous time or upset. And many church leaders uh, many church leaders were the only people who could read and write, and kings and rulers worked together with the church for power and support. And the church is also wealth and strong influence. The church owned many land and became rich, and the top leader in church is the Pope and had authority over all Christian. And people believe that the church control their path to heaven, so they believe its rules. And the church was also a long-term influence. The church stayed powerful for many centuries, and monasteries saved important books and helped keep knowledge alive. And later, the monasteries helped start the first universities. That's all I have to present, and the next presenter is Winwarton.
And now it's my turn, and I'm going to present about the Roman Catholic Church. And Roman Catholic Church was spread by the it was what spread the teaching of the Christ, and it was spread by explorer, conquistador, and missionary. And also monks play important role during this period. And the next is monk and monastery. All the monks live in the monastery, and they follow a disciplined religious life. And their lifestyle was based on the Saint Benedict. And the next is about Saint Benedict. And Saint Benedict lived in the 6th century. He was known as the father of Western monasticism. And he created a set of rules to guide monk daily life. And the next is the rule of Saint Benedict. All monks have to follow the rule. And the rule is focused on prayer, work, discipline, and community life. It was encourage humanity, obedience, and service. And the next is leadership in monastery. All monks elect one member to become abbot, and the abbot was as the leader of the monastery and responsible for guiding the monk according to the rule of Saint Benedict. And the next is monastic contribution. In that time, monks built many churches, and also Saint Benedict founded a famous monastery at Monte Cassino in southern Italy. And also, Mont Monastery became central of learning and help. And the next is service provided by monks. The first one is open school for educating young people, and the second is founded hospital to care for the sick, and the third is help preserve book and knowledge during difficult time. And and the last is Saint Augustine of Hippo. He is a major Christian thinker and bishop of Hippo, and he also wrote the City of God, and he writing shape Christian belief and teaching. And the next presenter is Pocky. What the heck, Katie?
Saint Benedict started Christian movement. The Carthusian and the Cistercian are the two distinct order of monk with their different rule, origin, and lifestyle. This is the Carthusian. Carthusia are known for a more solitary life, living mostly in independent self while coming together for certain services. And they focus on silence, prayer, and contemplation. Next is the Cistercian. The Cistercian are are an offshoot of the Benedictine rule, um, emphasize whether menu labor, simplicity, and austerity. Also known for building remote monastery, and they help develop agriculture, farming in Europe. Next is um, the Franciscans and Dominicans are the um, mendicant order of the 13th century. The first one is the Franciscans. Franciscan was founded by Saint Francis of Assisi, emphasized poverty, humility, and service to the poor. Also known for kindness to all creation and simple living. Next, the Dominicans, founded by Saint Dominic, focus on preaching, teaching, and study, and they play a key role in university and education, also known as the Order of Christian. Next is Saint Patrick. Saint Patrick was a 15th century Christian missionary who was captured and enslaved in Ireland as a teenager and escaped, then later returned as a missionary. And, and he helped spread Christianity throughout Ireland, and he became Ireland's patron saint. Saint Boniface. Saint Boniface was an English Benedictine monk and missionary, also known as the Apostle of Germany, and he played a major role in Christianizing Germany's trip in 8th century, and he founded missionary and reformed the church in the Rangers. And the next presenter is Paula Crystal.
And I going to tell about the medieval church and the papacy. During that time, the church gained a lot of power, more than just a prayer. They are they have the many lands, and they become the biggest owner in the Europe. And like this, because of these reasons, this made the local bishops and the abbots like a powerful lord. And the old school monastery, when the monk leave, they only the education system they teaches is only in the monastery. So also they keep the book and talk reading and writing after the Romania broke down, and they save the ancient knowledge. And they during that time they started collecting tax and helping the poor. The tax collector, everyone has to pay tenth, which is known as tax in that time. Usually 10% of their coat or money must give to the pope. And this reason why the make the church very rich. And they started the help poor and sick. The church were only in the hospital and gave food to anyone who starving, and it was the only society that helps each other in the medieval time. And now the Pope take charge, and Pope Gregory seven, the Pope Gregory seven around 1073. The power of the Pope grew huge because of the Pope Gregory seven rule, and he declared the rule that no selling in the church. And the priest must be single, and they cannot be married, because they want to indicate that the priest must loyal to God, not for their family. And the fight for the control, which is known as the investitious conflict. And now the questions started, like the questions who get to choose the bishops, the kings, emperor, or the popes. And the king said that bishops rule land for me, so I choose them and gave them the ring and stuff. Also, the pope started to say that bishops are spiritual leaders, so only I can give them a ring and stuff. After the decided, and they people agreed that the pope give the spiritual job and the king give the political power. And but the in this conflict, the pope won more than the king. And why the pope lost power and later. Now the pope was very powerful in 30th century, but then the problem start. The king in the France started to go a war with them, and the king of France grew very strong, and he fought the post. But Boniface 8, even he captured him for the while, and this showed that the Pope was not all over powerful. And the Pope started to the boys start afraid, and they moved to the they moved to the France in the city called Avignon. Avignon, this lasts about 70 years, and uh, uh, people saw that the king the king captured the post for a while. Then they started to know that Pope is not very powerful at all, and which make the Pope look weak and run to the people to other countries. And the controversy started again. And after they moved back to the Rome, this controversy, also known as the Western schemes, and when the Pope moved back to the Rome, there are the big agreement that more than two or three men all claim that they are the real Pope, which started to people started to realize that the Pope is not focus on the religions. They focus more on the power and like political power, and so people started to lost their faith in the Pope, and there are the rise of nation. King in other countries like England and France became much stronger and didn't want the Pope to interfere in their politics. And our presentation is done here. How the Pope manufactures decline. Now the question is time. Who gave law that priests cannot get married? Correct answer. Pope Gregory VII. The next questions. Cartesians are contemplative and sisters sisters are the communion monk. True or false? Correct. And what is the name of the Saint Augustine of the Hippo Road? Correct.
Very good.
And fill in the blank. The Dominicans found by. Correct.
Good job.
And who act as the leader of the monastery? The answer is abbot. Correct. Any questions?